production of WSB Sports and the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network.
Alabama up to the line. Is this the last time of the day for them? 43 seconds. Alabama on their own 44. Where does he throw it? 3 left and 1 right. He's back to throw. He's throwing long to the left. Carswell intercepted on the 33. Carswell fell down on the 40. Carswell intercepted. Carswell saved our Franny. And the Dogs will have the ball on the 40. Now we're only 7.5 yards back. We're on the 22.5. Alabama's got 8 men on the line. We're going to try to win it right here. We kick it up and it's looking all right. Yeah, I think yes. Billy Bennett stuck it up in there with 38 seconds. Now we got to play defense for 38 seconds. And we took the lead back 27-25.
Georgia will get a crack from the 25-yard line. Trailing for the first time 23-20. They'll line up in the I formation with Thomas Brown, the tailback. Bailey to the right and Henderson to the left. The tight end steps off the line of scrimmage. That's Chandler. He goes in motion to the left side. Play action fake to Brown. Stafford wants to go for it all right here. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Georgia wins! Mikey Henderson on the reception. One and done, baby. And there is a huge dog pile in the far corner of the end zone as Georgia has beaten Alabama 26-23.
Georgia Bulldog football is on the air, and black is the fashion statement for the night. Tonight, a collision of top 10 foes as the Crimson Tide of Alabama comes a-calling on our Bulldogs. Florida has already lost today in the swamp to Mississippi. Broadcasting from our Lowe's stage outside Sanford Stadium, this is Neil Hondo Williamson. We're ready to get you amped up for the game. Eric Zier, Lauren Smith, Scott Howard are standing by for the Verizon Wireless Tailgate Show. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
This broadcast presented by the authority of the University of Georgia Athletic Association Incorporated and may not be rebroadcast in any form without express written consent of the University of Georgia Athletic Association. This place is a fever pitch right now as the captains are about set to meet at the middle of the field for the toss of the coin. Georgia about to burst out of the tunnel in the east end zone in the black jerseys, and here they come. And this place is going absolutely berserk as the flashes are scattered all throughout the stadium. Man, this is quite a sight, Eric.
Well, it really is. It reminds you of Super Bowls that you would watch, except it's right here in our own backyard. And all the talk about last year's blackout and all the excitement this year is right up there at par with it. It's just great. The excitement is outstanding.
Toss of the coin has been completed. Georgia wins the toss, and the Bulldogs defer. The Bulldog captains tonight, Matthew Stafford and Tony Wilson, Rennie Curran, and Noshawn Marino, who, in case you missed it earlier, has a freshly cut mohawk under that red helmet tonight. So maybe that's just going to make him a little bit meaner.
It may make him a little bit meaner. I'll tell you, if he steps out and gives us another one of those human highlights, this place will, it may just absolutely erupt.
He is prone to do that, by the way. The officiating crew tonight headed by Mark Curls. He'll be our referee. So it's going to be Georgia in black tops and silver pants and red helmets, black socks.
And they're dangerous here. This has been an area that we've been a little bit weak in so far this year. I'll tell you, I bet there's enough adrenaline going on down there right now that we're going to bring everything we have to the table right now.
Blair Walsh has it teed up on the 30, and the freshman out of Fort Lauderdale will kick it. We'll see how much adrenaline he has. Arenas back deep. 4 returns, averaging 26 yards a return for Alabama with a long of 38 so far this year. The kicking team is huddled up between the hashes. They break out. It's a jailbreak kickoff. Walsh with kind of a low line drive, going to hit in the end zone and bounce towards the back, and McCoy will quickly cover it up and kneel down for the touchback. And that's how this game begins. Alabama will start on offense at their own 20-yard line.
Well, a good start there for the Georgia kickoff team, an area we've been struggling in, and can't think of a better way to ease those struggles than just boot it right back into the end zone and not even worry about the return.
Black jerseys and white jerseys for Alabama as the offensive line comes up to the ball for the Crimson Tide. John Parker Wilson, the quarterback. Glenn Coffey, the lone setback. From Fort Walton Beach, Florida, you got three men out to the right side. A man comes in motion now for Alabama as Parker Wilson is under center. They hand it off to Coffey. He goes left tackle and is piled up at about the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Geno Atkins and Rashad Jones making the stop for Georgia.
Yeah, and helping those two, he had 9 Bulldogs surrounding that ball. Everybody flying to it. Real aggressive right now to start this football game.
Alabama will huddle up now. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go. They picked up 2 yards on the run by Coffey. Second down and 8 from the 22. Bama splits 3 men to the right and 2 to the left. It's an empty backfield. Wilson's in the shotgun. 4 men front for Georgia. Snap to Wilson. He turns right, he throws right. It is caught at the 26. And B.J. Scott, a freshman from Pritchard, Alabama, is tripped up by Brian Evans, the cornerback, a junior from Jacksonville, Florida. He makes the stop, and he is shy of the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball. Looks to be about the 29-yard line. So a gain of 7 on that. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And a good safe pass there by the Alabama offense. All receivers just running hitches, and John Parker Wilson just picking one guy out and delivering the ball to him.
Power formation for Alabama. Coffey's the tailback, and Baron Huber, a fullback now, offset eye. Man comes in motion to the near side. Wilson under center. There's the snap. Give it to Coffey straight ahead. He bulls his way across the 30 and falls over the pile till about the 32-yard line to pick up the first down for the Crimson Tide. That was just, well, smash mouth football right there.
Well, it was. This Alabama team's been very good on third down conversion this year. They've been able to put themselves in some 3rd and shorts, been running and throwing the football pretty well. The more we can push them back to where they've got 3rd and long situations, put the ball in the hands of John Parker Wilson to win this football game, the better we're going to be.
Dogs had a man down, slow to get up, Dannell Ellerby. He's up now and jogging off under his own power. Helmet off, helmet in hand. He's got a little bit of a limp as he hops to the sidelines and goes immediately to the bench, and the training staff will start to work on Dannell Ellerby. Alabama with a 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. We get Dent into the ballgame to fill the void for Ellerby, who was injured on that last play. Coffey's the lone setback. Wilson's under center, and they'll hand it to Coffey. He goes left side and gets up to the 35-yard line, where Akeem Dent wastes no time in making that first tackle as he is fresh into the ball game. The redshirt sophomore, 6'2", from Atlanta. He stops Coffey after a gain of about 3. It'll be second down and 7 yards to go for the Tide from their own 35-yard line.
And Coffey last week for the Tide had a huge game against Arkansas. He's definitely one guy that we want to keep in check all day today.
Julio Jones breaks out far to the wide right. They flip-flop the tight ends on the near side. Wilson under center. Coffey's in the backfield. They fake it to Coffey. Now Wilson's going to roll right and throw it. Wide open is Jones. Caught at the 41 and up the sideline to the 48-yard line. A first down for Alabama. Miller and Gamble running Jones out of bounds on the Alabama sideline. But the Tide pick up the first down as we go down to the sidelines and Lawrence Smith. Lawrence.
Can't tell you exactly what's wrong with Dannell Ellerby, except it is his left knee. We just hope he can get back in there. The look on his face is, and he said, let me go back in.
Alabama moving the ball up near midfield, 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
This Alabama team has started every game off this year very, very quick. 64 points in the first quarter of games this year.
Going the shotgun, Wilson. Quick snap and a quick throw to the right side. Caught on the sideline by Jones, the freshman from Foley, Alabama. Asher Allen pushing him out of bounds. Clock stops at 11:50 as we are early in the first quarter. Scoreless. Alabama driving now quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They go to more of a hurry-up offense. Down to the Georgia 40-yard line. Ball just across the 40. Give it to Coffey. Go right side looking for an avenue on the far side of the field. Not going to get one as Rashad Jones hits and wraps him up after a gain of about 3. So he did get some positive yards. They spot the ball on the Georgia 36-yard line. A gain of 4 for Coffey out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So Alabama started this drive on their own 20 after the touchback, the opening kickoff, and they are slowly moving it down the field. 2nd down and 6 now for the Crimson Tide.
Scott, good awareness from the Georgia defense on that last play. Alabama got to the line of scrimmage. We did a good job recognizing that, getting in our positions.
Coffey, the lone setback. Wilson under center. Give it to Coffey again. No, play action fake. Going to throw it out of the pocket deep. Home run ball in and out of the hands. Flags come out in the end zone. It's broken up by Prince Miller. They tried to go to Marquise Mays, a freshman. And Georgia may have an interference penalty on the way.
Well, we do. Actually, pretty good coverage there. It almost looked like we panicked a little bit when that ball didn't get there right away. And pretty obvious call, I think, to make. Great play action fake there by John Parker Wilson.
They get Prince Miller, the junior from Duncan, South Carolina, for the flag. And that's been a problem for Georgia. Certainly it's been well documented through the first 4 games of the year, the number of penalties that have been called on the Bulldogs, and there's the first one of the night. And that will put the ball all the way up to the Georgia 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Alabama.
Just a little separation created there, and Prince Miller was just struggling to get back up to him and make sure that, worst case, there wasn't a touchdown against us.
Mark Ingram, the freshman from Flint, Michigan, now the lone setback. Wilson's under center. Give it to Ingram straight ahead. He hits the pile down to the 20-yard line and stopped right there after a gain of 1. Akeem Dent and Darrell Gamble, a pair of Bulldog linebackers, to jam up Ingram, the very talented freshman.
And we've done a good job so far on this drive of stuffing the run. What Alabama's done very well is caught us with some play action and a little bit of misdirection, caught us off guard a little bit. They're doing a good job getting the football out of their hands and not holding it for real long and moving the chains.
Julio Jones breaks out to the right for Alabama. 2 men to the left, and the lone setback is Ingram. Man goes in motion, slides to the right. Wilson handoff, eaten up in the backfield at the 23-yard line. Big Geno Atkins out of Pembroke Pines, Florida, shot the gap and met Ingram at the, about 2-3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They will spot it at the 23-yard line, so it's going to be loss of a couple for the Crimson Tide. That'll bring up 3rd and long now, 3rd and 12 for Alabama from the Georgia 23.
Boy, if he gets there any quicker, he's almost taking the handoff from the quarterback.
Corvey Irvin and Dobbs and Jeremy Lomax across that front line, and now Dent, the linebacker, comes up on the right end. Alabama in the shotgun. Coffey in, offset in the backfield. Wilson takes the shotgun snap, dumps it over the line of scrimmage. It is caught straight ahead and running Alabama inside the 10. That is Coffey. There's a fumble and a pile inside the 10-yard line. The official stopping the clock now as they unpile the stack, and let's see who has it. Georgia says they have it. The Dogs do have it. First big play of the game. Alabama turns it over at the 8-yard line, and Georgia recovers the fumble, says the officiating crew.
Boy, just when we thought they were going in, putting a good drive together, this could be a huge break.
There is a flag on the play, and let's check the call.
Personal foul, Governor Passer, number 51, defense. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Wow. Well, so the first big play is nullified on Georgia's 2nd major penalty of this possession. They got Akeem Dent for roughing the passer, as you heard our official say. We'll take a look at a replay and see what it looked like. Maybe he went up high, got him around the headgear.
It wasn't much. It looked like hands to the face, though.
You can't put the hands to the face. I mean, it doesn't matter how hard it is. You can't get up. He hit him right in the face mask. So,
you know, Scott, we talked about it before the game. You just can't have those kind of penalties. And already we've had 2 that have hurt us, nullifying, what would have been an unbelievable turn of events, a chain of events for the Dogs. Now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line.
Half the distance to the goal. Ingram is the lone setback for Bama. They hand it to him. He cuts to the right, works on the far hash, now straight ahead and inside the 10 and down to about the 7 or the 8-yard line. And Rennie Curran, the linebacker, making his first stop of the night. He's the Dogs' leading tackler so far this season, a 5'11" sophomore from Snellville, Georgia. So second down for Alabama on the 7-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4 yards to go as Ingram stays in the ball game at tailback. Alabama moving down the field. A couple of penalties have hurt Georgia in this opening possession. Wilson under center for the Tide. Going to hand it to Ingram straight ahead. He burst his way down close to the goal line. They say touchdown, and Alabama on the board first with 6 points as Mark Ingram hit the hole, right guard and right tackle, and shot right across the goal line to put Alabama on the scoreboard with 8:32 to go in quarter number 1.
Well, if there was any doubt if this Alabama team was deserving of their ranking of number 8 in the country, sure looked like it there.
Lee Tiffin on for the point after, but hold everything as something is tossed onto the field and the officials stop play to remove the debris, and we'll try it again. Tiffin waiting to kick the point after, following an 11-play, 80-yard drive that took 6:28 off the clock. That was a mammoth one. Here's the snap and the hold, and the kick is high and right through the uprights. Good. Alabama leads Georgia 7-0. That quiets the crowd here a little bit at Sanford Stadium. 8:32 to go first quarter. Tied with a 7-0 lead on the Dogs. Timeout. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. In a moment, we'll be preparing for landing, but before we do...
First and 10 from their own 35. Bama with a football. Coffee the setback. He'll take the handoff, go straight ahead. Curran hit him right at the line of scrimmage and drove him across the field, and a gain of 1 or 2 yards on the play. Glenn Coffee running tough, had a huge game against Arkansas last week. 162 yards on only 10 carries. That's even I can do that average. 16.2 per carry. That's pretty impressive stuff. In fact, that was a record for a single game in Alabama history. 2 men break out to the right and 1 to the left. It's second down and 7 for the Tide from their 38. This time Wilson drops back in the shotgun. Coffee stands to his left. Wilson takes the snap, forced out of the pocket, runs to the near side, to the sideline, chased out of bounds by a couple of black shirts. Irvin was one of them. Atkins was one of them. I think Houston was one of them as well. But he got all the way up to the 45-yard line, and that's a first down. So a gain of 7 on the play on the scramble by John Parker Wilson, and the football across the Alabama 45. And here they go again.
Good coverage there by the Georgia secondary. Nowhere for John Parker Wilson to go with the football, but good job getting outside of the pocket and improvising, using his feet to get downfield.
Alabama up to the line. Dogs flip-flop some of their D linemen. Houston the end on this right side, and Jarius Wynn on the left now. Play action fake. Wilson going to roll right. Here comes C.J. Bird. He's going to hit Wilson as he lets it go, and he just chunks it over the Alabama bench. And there is a flag in the Georgia secondary, so look out. The pass was incomplete as Bird got in to provide the pressure on John Parker Wilson. But again, the flag dropped back on the Georgia 33-yard line, and we'll see what that call is.
Well, I think they're probably going to get us for holding there in the defensive backfield. We were all over the receiver.
Holding, number 23, defense.
There you go. Ouch. Well, that's 3 penalties.
You know, and that trend just continues, and there was no need to do it. We had defensed the bootleg very, very well there and had several people around him, just got into a little tugging match with the receiver for no real reason.
Dogs will bring in Darrell Gamble, a linebacker, and bring Brian Evans out of the ball game. First and 10 now, Alabama across midfield in Georgia territory again. They're on the Dogs' 45-yard line. Coffey's the lone setback, 1 receiver to the right side. Now they flip-flop the tight ends to the right, and 1 receiver left. Wilson is under center. 5-man front for Georgia. Handoff goes straight ahead to Coffey. Coffey churning for yards down to the 41-yard line. Gain of 4 for Glenn Coffey. Jeremy Lomax making the stop for Georgia. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Tide from the Dogs 41. They lead 7-0. We're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Georgia just playing a little cover 3 defense there, getting that strong safety a little bit closer to the box to help out on runs if needed. Still a pretty good chunk of yardage there from that Alabama running game or ground game on that last play.
Mark Ingram with the only touchdown of the game so far for the Crimson Tide to give them the 7-point lead. Wilson under center, another 5-man front for Georgia. They have a linebacker up on the edge. Wilson's going to throw, and it is caught on the right side as a flag is on the play again. The pass was complete to Jones at the Georgia 27 or 28-yard line, but the flag is in the Alabama backfield. And I don't think it's going to be holding on the Crimson Tide. We'll see.
Personal foul.
Jeez.
Right
Wow.
the passer, number 99. Defense. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Wow. Oh, this is becoming an epidemic.
Yeah, it really is.
4th penalty of the quarter, and they're all majors. They get Jarius Wynn that time, Eric, for a personal foul, roughing the passer. Let's go down to Lauren on the sidelines. Lauren?
Boy, you got to be more efficient than that. That's just too much, putting yourself in a hole. It looks like Ellerby is out. Now, I don't know what that means for the game, but he's not in there now. Doesn't look like he'll go back anytime soon.
Jones and Stover are the wideouts for Alabama. Coffey's the lone setback. Wilson going to hand it to Coffey. Kicks to the near side, near hash, and up the field he turns. And inside the Georgia 10, down to the 5-yard line. Prince Miller making the stop right there as he is near a first down. A gain of 8 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 as Alabama is right down here near the goal line again. They already lead 7-0, 2:42, and the clock ticking in the first quarter.
Good job there by C.J. Bird on the tackle as well. He and Prince Miller really did a good job keeping contained. But, Dogs, we need a moral victory here. Let's just hold them to 3.
Ingram now the setback for the Crimson Tide. Mark Ingram, the freshman. Wilson under center. Will take the snap, hand it to Ingram straight ahead. Dent makes the first hit, and then Darrell Gamble in there to follow, and they stop Ingram near the line of scrimmage. If he got anything, he got about 7 inches on the play. It's going to be 3rd and short for Alabama, just inside the Bulldog 5-yard line. So 3rd and very short for Alabama. They lead it 7-0. And trying to add to that. Again, Dannell Ellerby injured early in this ball game and has not gone back. He is on the bicycle. I see him on the sidelines. He's riding the stationary bike behind the Georgia bench. Mark Ingram, the setback. They've got a fullback in there as well. Wilson will give it to Ingram. He plows straight ahead. We turn him back and deny him on the first down attempt. Asher Allen, C.J. Bird. Bird was the first one to hit, and then Asher Allen came in there to push him back, and they will mark the ball back across the 5-yard line, closer to the 6. It's going to be the loss of a yard, and it will bring up 4th down, and Dent was in there on the tackle as well. Georgia with some gang tackling, going to force Alabama to try a field goal here as Lee Tiffin will come on for what should be a chip shot from the 13-yard line, a 23-yard attempt, and the ball will be spotted between the hashes. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So there's your moral victory, I guess, Eric, as Georgia holds Alabama to a field goal.
That's all it is right now, but it's a whole lot better than being in the hole by 14.
48-yard line. First and 10, Tide. They now drive from left to right. John Parker Wilson under center. Stover comes in motion back and forth from the left side. 2 men line up on the right side, and Coffey is the lone setback. Give it to Coffey. He goes left. He gets the corner straight up the field down to the 40-yard line now after a quick gain of about 8 on the play. Let's see where they spot it. Maybe beyond the 40. It is. It's at the 38. He may have a first down. Rennie Curran making the stop. And Alabama just muscling us around here in the first quarter. And Georgia's defense kind of shooting itself in the foot with 4 big penalties to aid Alabama possessions. It's going to be 2nd down and 1, a short one at that, for the Tide from the Dogs' 38-yard line. They flip-flop the tight ends. Coffey's the lone setback. Wilson under center, 2 men to the right. Handed off to Coffey. They run it straight ahead. He gets the first down, but is stopped at the 36-yard line by Curran.
Good job there by Curran filling the hole, and you can start to see this a little bit. This Georgia defense has been on the field quite a bit. That offensive line for Alabama is pushing our defensive line around here just a little bit. Coach Martinez looks like he's dialed up a few more blitzes against the run here in the first couple plays of this series. Alabama's happened to run away from the blitzer on that first down call and got a big gainer, but it's time for us to bow our necks and see if we can put a stop to this Crimson Tide offense.
Dogs defense on the field again without its middle linebacker, Dannell Ellerby, who continues to ride the stationary bike on the sidelines. Play action fake from Wilson. He looks to the corner, left side. Now will throw it short. Intermediate is caught by Julio Jones, and Jones up the far sideline. And Jones is going to be out of bounds where? Let's see where they spotted at the 5, perhaps. Julio Jones got open on a little intermediate route, caught it and turned up the sidelines and moves all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And Scott Wilson just had all day to throw the football there. You've got to be able to put pressure on it. Right now, this Alabama team is winning the battle up front, and it's showing in all areas, both running and throwing the football.
This could get ugly if this continues. 1st and goal from the 5 for Alabama. Coffey's the lone setback. They bring a man in motion, back and forth behind the line of scrimmage. Wilson under center will give it to Coffey. Cuts back left guard, straight ahead and down at perhaps the 3-yard line. As Rashad Jones, the free safety, redshirt sophomore out of Atlanta, came up to make the stop on Coffey. They give him about 1.5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal from almost the 3-yard line.
Well, it's really not time for a moral victory. We need a real victory. We need them to cough this football up here in the next couple of plays.
They did in the first quarter. Unfortunately, Georgia had a penalty on the same play that nullified the turnover that Georgia had recovered. 2nd goal from the 3, Alabama. Coffey gets the handoff, goes left corner, cuts over a man, dives, finds the end zone, touchdown. He went to the left side and dove over a would-be tackler and got the ball across the goal line. And just like that, folks, it's 16-0. 11:58 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Well, and for Georgia, there's no need to panic. There's a lot of time left in this football game. So you don't need to get out of your game plan. You don't need to do anything different. Just make sure you gain some composure. But we've got to sustain a few drives, give this defense a rest, because right now we're getting handled up front.
Lee Tiffin with the point after attempt for Alabama. It is good, and it is 17-0. Alabama goes 48 yards, this time a lot quicker than their first 2 possessions. Dogs 1st and 10 from their own 22, trailing 17-0. They'll go into the eye with Marino the tail. Green goes in motion to the far side. Toss it to Marino. He tucks it, gets a block from Chappis, cuts upfield, and is wrapped up around the 25-yard line by a host of white shirts, including Dante Hightower, a linebacker, and Corey Reamer out of Hoover, Alabama. And they give Noshawn a gain of about 3 on the play from the 22 out to the 25.
And Alabama playing a lot of cover 2 right now, really providing opportunities to run the football, but that defensive line from Alabama proven to be pretty stout at this point in time, doing a good job allowing them to sit back and cover 2 and take some opportunities in the throwing game away.
Aaron White into the ball game at tight end. He flip-flops to the near side. I formation with Marino at tailback. Stafford, play action fake, will throw from the pocket. Now he's going to be forced out and runs to the right. Cuts upfield between the hash marks, close to the 30-yard line on his scramble. It'll be a gain of about 5 on the play, but it will be a 3rd down and 2 yards to go for this Georgia offense as Washington and Davis, a couple of defensive ends, making the stop. Washington out of Loganville, just down the road, and Davis from West Monroe, Louisiana, making the stop on Stafford, who had to scramble that time.
He did. Georgia so far 0 for 2 in the first quarter on 3rd down. This really is a big play. This exchange of series, us on offense, them on defense, we've got to come out and win right now in this exchange.
will go into the shotgun, send Massaquoi wide to the right, and Green and Durham to the left. And here comes Massaquoi in motion with Caleb King into the backfield. Running pocket, they roll out to the right. It's caught and then stripped. Green had it stripped, and it's taken by Hightower for Alabama. A turnover. Alabama has it at the Dogs' 32-yard line, and that's where the tackle is made. A.J. Green caught it, and he had it stripped. It flipped out in midair, and Hightower caught it on the run, and Alabama in business. Going wrong. I mean, if anything is going wrong, everything is going wrong for Georgia tonight. I mean, if anything is going wrong, everything is going wrong for Georgia tonight.
Well, it is a good play call. We had good execution there. Finally, the ball hits AJ right in the chest. It just pops out or it gets hit out right into their hands. And like you said, they're right back in business right away.
Alabama lines up. 1st and 10 on Georgia's 33-yard line. They're in the shotgun. They might be going for the kill right here. Here's John Parker Wilson going to pass it out in the right flat. It's complete to McCoy up the near sideline. Or is that Walker? Nick Walker, the tight end. It is McCoy. And he is out of bounds inside the 20 at the, let's see where they spot it. It's a first down, and they will spot it on the 21-yard line. Prince Miller and Darrell Gamble running McCoy out of bounds. But Alabama right down there where they have been all night long in scoring position. They lead it 17-0, 9:46 on the clock here in quarter number 2.
And nothing fancy from the Alabama offense, just a little curl flat combination. And Parker Wilson's got all time to read it right now and making good decisions.
Wilson under center, going to take the snap. He trips. Upchurches the back this time. He gets the give off the right side, and not much running room there. They will spot him up a couple of yards at the 19-yard line. Rennie Curran and Asher Allen making the stop along with Geno Atkins. But a gain of 2 on the play, maybe 2.5. It's between the 18 and the 19. Georgia needs to come up with something huge defensively here, or else they're going to fall even further back. In case you were wondering, the biggest deficit ever overcome under Mark Richt for Georgia, the 18-point deficit against Virginia Tech in the Chick-fil-A Bowl in Atlanta. They're down 17 right here. Handoff Alabama left side. That's Upchurch. And Dent and Irvin stop him after a short gain, maybe to the 17-yard line. A gain of perhaps 1.
Good job there by Dent filling that hole. Alabama tonight 1 for 2 on their third down conversion. They haven't had many. They've just been really turning away at it without even getting to third down.
Jarius Wynn trying to incite the crowd here and get them to make a little noise. Defense needs some help. 8:25, second quarter. Dogs down in an early hole, 17-0. Alabama trying to get more. Jones breaks out to the left side. 2 men over there and 2 to the right. Shotgun, snap to Wilson. He looks left. He's going to McCoy, complete at the 11 and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. He picks up the first down. He moves from the 17 down to the 8, so a gain of 9 on that play and a first down for the Crimson Tide. It's 1st and goal, Alabama.
Georgia there just played a little man-free. Didn't bring anybody on a blitz, but had manned-up responsibilities, and the slot receiver just ran a quick out. Pretty tough to defend, especially when the ball's thrown that well. And John Parker Wilson right now looking very, very comfortable. He's 7 for 7 on the night for 100 yards.
The Dogs just getting walloped here in the first half as Alabama threatens for more inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. Handoff, no fake it, and now Wilson will throw to the corner, and that's going to be out of bounds as he tried a little fade into the right corner to Julio Jones. But providing the coverage was Prince Miller at 5'8", Jones at 6'4", but the pass was out of bounds in the right corner of the end zone, so it's 2nd down and goal for the Tide from the Dogs' 7-yard line.
Boy, they've been down here all night long.
Tell you, that penalty on that fumble recovery, Alabama took advantage of that. Or else, it may be a different ball game in the first quarter. We recovered their turnover, but it was nullified on a penalty, and now Alabama up 17 points. Handoff to Upchurch, left side, jumps in the air at the 5 and is knocked down at the 4 by Rashad Jones, who grabbed his leg and as he was trying to hurdle the pile. Rennie Curran also getting in there to make the stop. 3rd and goal Alabama at the Georgia 4. And we've been saying it the entire first half. Now here's another key play in the game.
It is. And again, holding them to 3 right now. You know, if they score a touchdown or if they kick a field goal, the game's not over. We've got plenty of time. But you want something just to get your morale back up where you think you can go win.
2 men break out to the right, 1 to the left. That's Jones on the far side. And Upchurch is the back. Shotgun. They fake the pass, give it to Upchurch, straight up the gut, touchdown. Well, a quick fake, a quick pump fake by Wilson to the left corner. And they just gave it to Upchurch, and the seas parted. He just ran right up the middle, practically untouched, into the end zone. And it is 23-0, Alabama. Ouch. The Tide is rolling tonight here in Athens. Lee Tiffin in for the point after. The snap in the hole. There's the kick. And it's right through the uprights. Good. And it's 24-0. Alabama's last 2 scores coming on a short field after a short punt. They go 48 yards. And now after a turnover by the Bulldogs, they go 33 yards. It's 24-0. Tie. 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. Wilson under center. Coffee the setback. 4:35 to go in the half. Alabama 24-0 on Georgia. Wilson dumps it over the line of scrimmage. It's caught at the 40 by Nick Walker, the tight end. And he gets up to the 42-yard line. Prince Miller making the tackle along with Rennie Curran and Darrell Gamble, the linebackers. Spot the ball just inside the 43. It's going to be gain of 6 on the play. And 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Tide.
And John Parker Wilson has been very patient tonight, taking what the defense has given him. Really doing a good job getting to his checkdowns when his first or second option aren't there. We can stop that a little bit by putting some pressure on him.
Dogs have Brandon Wood lined up over the center. There's the handoff to Coffee. He's got a big hole into Georgia territory, straight ahead, all the way down to the 42-yard line before Rashad Jones can bring him down. So a gain of about 16 or 17 on that run by Coffee, straight up the gut. And Antoine Caldwell, the all-SEC center from Montgomery, making his block, and Caldwell, or rather Coffee, running right behind him. Here goes Alabama again. They're up 24-0. Man, I want to see that clock run a little bit faster now. Here's Alabama. They run it to the right side on the sweep. And that is Glenn Coffee, and he is plowed under by Dent and Gamble in front of the Georgia bench after a gain of about 4 on the play, down to the Georgia 38-yard line. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Crimson Tide, who have dominated this first half.
Well, they have dominated too, and you have to think back. You know, the trip coming back from Arizona, is that taking its toll? And we got in at 6 o'clock in the morning from the flight. The team didn't get in there to 7.
Alabama just outplaying the Dogs. They complete a pass at the 30-yard line to Upchurch, and Upchurch, no, that is that Walker, Nick Walker, and Rennie Curran making the stop. Nick Walker, the big tight end, is brought down at the 26-yard line when they spot the ball. 1st down for Alabama at the Georgia 26. Tide looking for more here, leading it 24-0 with 2.5 minutes to go in the half.
And the 1st down count right now, 16 for Alabama, 3 for the Dogs.
Ouch. Upchurch is the back, and he will take the handoff on a wide stretch play to the left side and around the corner, and downfield he goes to the 23, perhaps the 22. Denton Jones and Curran and Gamble all getting in there for the stop. But Upchurch picks up about 3.5, maybe 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and a long 6, we'll call it, from the Georgia 22-yard line.
This part of the field, you really have to be on the lookout here for a pass that goes into the end zone. 2nd down's a chance or time to take it. And you like this field positioning. If you're an offensive coordinator, we'll see if they take their shot right now.
Alabama 2 men right, 1 to the left. The lone setback is Upchurch. They'll pass from the shotgun. Wilson throwing it deep into the right corner. Over the shoulder catch. Touchdown, Julio Jones. Wow. Perfect placement. John Parker Wilson, the freshman Jones, with a man on top of him. reeled that puppy in, and it is 30-0. This is unbelievable.
Real good execution there from Alabama. Good coverage. Wilson throws a good ball, and
that was an excellent ball right there. Wow. All right, here's Tiffin on for the point after to make it 31 with 85 seconds to go in the first half. There's the kick, and it is good. It's 31-0. Alabama rolling the Dogs here in the second quarter. Let's take an SEC timeout, a 60-second break on the Georgia Bulldogs radio net comment, because the Dogs are going to have to be men to come back from this, down 31-0. First and 10 on the 27.
Sorry, Scott, that's exactly what it is right now. It's just a character test, and you're going to hang in there and go play.
Handoff goes to Noshan left side. Now he cuts upfield and will gain about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play across the 30-yard line, and they will spot him down around the 31. Bobby Greenwood and Josh Chapman making the stop. A couple of Alabama linemen as we pause for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. Just underway in the third quarter. Dogs with the ball. 2nd down and 7 from the 30. Actually, the ball just across the 30, close to the 31. Stafford under center, changing the play. Here's a flag from the near sideline. Before the snap of the ball, and the line judge throws the penalty flag, and here's the call from the referee.
Dead ball foul. False start. Number 86. Offense. Was not on the end of the line of scrimmage, put his hand down and picked it up. That's a 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And that's number 7 for the day.
All right, I'm glad you're counting those.
I've got those. I've got them right here. Don't worry, I've got that covered.
Hopefully that's 7 in the last one. Ball back on the 26 now. 2nd down and a long 11 to go for Georgia. Stafford's in the shotgun. Marino is the lone setback, stands to the left of Stafford. Here's the snap, and the pass out of the pocket is caught by Chris Durham at the 48-yard line. And down he goes right there as Justin Woodall, the safety out of Oxford, Mississippi, makes the tackle right after the catch. But a big gainer for Georgia up to the 47-yard line. So a 23-yard gain on that pass play, and the Dogs near midfield.
Yeah, good strong throw. Alabama, pretty simple in their defense. Just go back into a cover 2. A weakness in that defense is that slot receiver just behind the linebackers. Good, strong arm there shown by Matthew Stafford to zip that ball in there.
Massaquoi to the left side, 2 men to the right, Durham and Green, I formation. Play action to Noshan in the pocket. Stafford wants more, throws, caught at the Alabama 32-yard line. Chris Durham reaching behind, made the catch, and now Durham appears to be injured. He is holding his right ankle and writhing in pain on the turf. Chris Durham made a fantastic catch and unfortunately injured on the play. 13-16 in the second half in the third quarter. And let's pause for a quick 30-second SEC break on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
The cows are calling. The cows are trying to call you on the phone to tell you to eat more chicken. Unfortunately, cows have hooves, so not only is the receiver hard to pick up, but the little numbers are nearly impossible to dial. The cows want you to eat at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. They didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich.
Well, the Dogs lost Dannell Ellerby in the first half, and now Chris Durham having to be helped off the field with his left leg hanging. He did something to his ankle, it would appear, and he's having to be helped off the field by trainers, and that one certainly doesn't look good. There's another starter down, and it'll be 1st and 10 after an amazing catch, though, by Durham, able to hang on despite the injury. Dogs at the Bama 30-yard line. 1st and 10, trailing 31-0. I formation. Stafford gives it to Marino. He runs this way to the near hash, to the 30, to the 25. Tries to stiff arm a man and is brought down at the 24-yard line by the strong safety, Justin Woodall.
A good use of misdirection there from the Georgia offense. Little counter play, counter running play, getting O'Shawn out on the edge, out on the corner. Good pickup of 5, 6, 7 yards. A little momentum now starting to be picked up here by this Georgia offense, and doing a little bit better up front against that Alabama defensive line.
Trying to run away from big Mount Cody in the middle of that defensive line for Alabama, as Marino had just 22 yards in that first half on 5 carries. Just couldn't get him the ball a whole lot. Well, Dogs didn't have the ball a whole lot.
That's true.
Second down for Georgia. Stafford wants to pass. He throws, and his intended receiver, Michael Moore? Yes, wasn't ready for the pass. It is incomplete behind him. There's a flag on the play at the 19-yard line after the incompletion, and we'll check the call. Moore was making his cut towards the flag in the far corner when the ball went sailing behind his head, and Georgia may be backing up here.
Ineligible receiver, number 79, offense is downfield, 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Second on this possession.
And just out of sync, even on that pass play, that's just a little smash route combination where you run a hitch and then a corner behind it, just really not on the same page, because we had a lane there to throw it and potentially get one. It would have been eliminated anyway, but just not on the same page.
Makes it 2nd and 9, ball on the 29, and Stafford's going to keep it and run to the right and cut up field down to the 26-yard line. Stays in bounds right close to the Georgia sideline is where the tackle was made. Now Stafford a little slow in getting up, and now he jogs back to the huddle.
Well, that was just student body right.
Yeah. Third down. And let's see, they spot the ball on the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 6. Dogs have to get to the Bama 20 for a first down. 31-0, tied, leading Georgia. Sold out crowd here at Sanford Stadium.
Georgia today 1 for 5 on 3rd down.
We group 3 receivers tied on the left end of the line of scrimmage. Move the fullback in motion. Snap it to Stafford. Has a lot of time. Want to lob it to the end zone. Our guy falls down. That Moore again, and the pass is batted away, incomplete. Mike Moore, the junior, stumbled right on the goal line, and the pass falls incomplete. Jackson and Johnson back there on coverage. And Jackson, I believe, may have been the man that batted it away for Alabama. So that'll bring up 4th down. And the Dogs will try to get 3 out of it anyway. They'll spot the ball on the 33-yard line. A 43-yard kick from Blair Walsh. Here it is. It's on the way. And it is good. 43-yard kick by the freshman. Gives the Dogs their first points of the game. 11:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. It is Alabama 31 and Georgia 3. Timeout. Let's pause for these words now on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
No, wrong.
Front block, and it still goes an Alabama way. Right. But the Dogs will take it 1st and 10 from their own 42, working left to right. I formation for Georgia. Marino the tailback. Massaquoi out to the left, and Moore and Green to the right. We'll throw it to Green at the 40 in the right flat. He makes the catch and up the near sideline, trying to find some running room up to the Georgia 49-yard line. A gain of 7 for the long, lanky A.J. Green. Marquise Johnson, the corner from Sarasota, Florida, pushing him out of bounds for the Crimson Tide. 2nd down and 3 for the Dogs as they work now from their own 49-yard line.
Scott, that just looked like an offensive check there by the Georgia offense. Looked like Alabama was coming down to go single safety from that 2-deep look they've been showing all night. You know you're going to have one-on-one with A.J. outside. You take your chances with him against about anybody.
Green to the right, Mass to the left, I formation. Chandler slides in motion from right to left behind the line of scrimmage. We give it to Noshawn, looking for room, spins at the line of scrimmage, runs away from one white shirt and runs right smack into another one.
Boy, he did. As soon as he made that spin, he was just right back into another Alabama defender. Now another big 3rd down. We're 1 for 7 so far on the day, and get about 3rd or 4 or 5 right now. And you're almost at the point where if you don't get it here, Scott, do you start going for it every time?
Brandon Fanny made the tackle. I think Cody was spinning and clogging up the middle. And Marino tried to go on the left side. And now Caleb King is in the ball game. And Marino is out. 3rd down and 3 to go for Georgia from their own 49-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He will fire, caught by Massaquoi at the 48 of Alabama, up to the 45, and a 1st down for Georgia. A gain of 7, we'll call it on the play. Marquise Johnson making the stop for the Crimson Tide. Up to the Alabama 44-yard line. Now the Dogs will try to go downhill from here. It's 31-3, Tide leading with 4:25 to go, 3rd quarter here in Athens. Green breaks out wide to the left, along with Kenneth Harris and Michael Moore. And Massaquoi by himself to the right. And Caleb King is the setback. Moore comes in motion. Here comes Alabama. Stafford throws on the run a little bit to the right side, and it is complete to Michael Moore, falling down catch at the Alabama 43-yard line. A minimal gain, 1, maybe 2 yards on that quick throw to Moore, who fell down to cradle the football. It'll bring up 2nd down, and they call it a 1-yard gain, so 2nd and 9.
We haven't crossed midfield a whole lot today, but every time we do, you can see a little mental shift in the way Alabama's approaching the game. As soon as we cross midfield, they start blitzing more people, going to a little more single safety and bringing pressure in a couple of different ways. Haven't seen the whole lot, but the times where we've gone across the 50, Alabama defensively has made that adjustment.
Goodeman and Massaquoi to the left side. Caleb King, the tail, takes the toss. It's a reverse and a pass. We're sending Stafford down deep. Massaquoi will throw it. Incomplete. Matthew Stafford running deep down the near sideline. Well, they're going deep into the playbook on that one, as we ran Caleb King on a toss to the left. He flipped it to Massaquoi on the reverse coming to the near side, and Stafford was breaking down the sideline. Alabama, to their credit, had it covered pretty well, and Massaquoi's pass was incomplete out of the reach of Matthew Stafford.
They really did. They had 3 guys down there in coverage on a trick reverse pass.
It's like, when in doubt, just cover somebody in a black jersey. Incomplete from Massaquoi. 3rd down and 9 for Georgia from the Alabama 43. Stafford back in the shotgun. 2 receivers right and 2 to the left. King in there as the tail. He dumps it over the line to Massaquoi. It's caught at the 40. Man tugging on his jersey at the 39-yard line. And that is Johnson again. Marquise Johnson making a handful of tackles on this possession. That's going to bring up 4th down, though, for Georgia. The Dogs short of the 1st down by about 4 yards. But they're going for it.
Yeah, and they have to go for it now. You've got to take every chance you get or that you have to try to get back into this football game. And not a whole lot's work, but you never know.
Stafford in the shotgun. As he drops back, Caleb King stays in the game. Massaquoi to the right side, Moore and Green to the left. Stafford takes the snap, throws it on the middle, and it is caught by Michael Moore at the 30-yard line. And Moore gets a couple of more yards after the catch. Just trailing by 4 touchdowns. It's 31-3.
Good job there.
After the catch. Just trailing by 4 touchdowns. It's 31-3.
Good job there in recognizing the blitz that Alabama brought. That was nothing more than a side adjustment. You know, you're going to have man-to-man, just run a little slant. As soon as your linebackers come that you know you can't pick up, then we executed it perfectly.
3 receivers left, and we break Marino out to the right now. He shifts out of the backfield. Stafford in the shotgun. Dogs work 1st and 10 from the Bama 28-yard line. Stafford with the ball, going to throw it far sideline. He leaps, and he makes the catch. That is A.J. Green. He makes the catch on the far side of the field, down to the 2-yard line.
And we've set that play up now for about 3 weeks in a row. We've been running that little screen, that wide receiver swing pass every week after week. We fake it here, hit Green just on a fade going down the sideline. A good ball thrown there and a great catch to go up there and get that. Was still some pretty tight coverage.
26 yards on the gain for Georgia. Green at 6'4", looking like he was making a layup as he went up to get that football. High over the Alabama defenders. Now the Dogs have it 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. Stafford takes it in the shotgun, throws it right. It is short. It short hops A.J. Green, who is down in the end zone. Crowd wanted interference. Marquise Johnson providing the coverage, but the pass skipped away from A.J. Green. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Stafford wanted pass interference there, too. You can see him raising his hand up like throw the flag as soon as that ball came out of his hand. But no flag on the play.
Mount Cody back into the ball game for Alabama. 6'5", 365 in the middle of that tied defensive line. 2nd and goal from the Alabama 2. Dogs looking for their first touchdown of the night. 1:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Power formation. Fields comes in motion back and forth. We pitch it to Noshawn. He bobbled the pitch, got the handle, goes for the corner. He got the pylon. Touchdown, Noshawn Marino. Finally, the Dogs get 6. And look at Marino sprint to the sidelines, trying to get this crowd revved up. It's 31-9 with the point after pending.
Great job by Noshawn there, reaching for that pylon to get the ball across the goal line there. Maybe providing a little bit of spark here for the Dogs.
There's the snap and the hold, and the kick by Walsh is good. And Georgia with its first touchdown of the evening, making it 31-10 with 1:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still a big mountain to climb, but the Dogs are inching up little by little. Timeout. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Meet Jim.
In the 3rd quarter, a Noshawn Marino 2-yard touchdown run and a 43-yard field goal by Blair Walsh, and that's been the scoring for Georgia tonight. But about to get the ball back from Alabama as they'll punt it with P.J. Fitzgerald, and back deep to take it for Georgia is Prince Miller. In his first opportunity to return a punt this year, there's a high spiraling punt taken by Miller on the 8. Breaks the tackle. Miller straight up the field. 25-30. One man to beat. Miller 50. Miller 40. Miller 30. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. Flag back on the 8-yard line. Pile in the end zone to our left. Prince Miller may have just taken it 82 yards. We'll sort it out. Let's check the call.
Catch interference, number 24, kicking team.
Touchdown! Holy smokes.
How about that?
That's not bad for a first time out of the box, is it?
That's exactly what you need to get back in the game when this crowd has just been energized.
Flag back on the 8, where the penalty was against Alabama, and Prince Miller took it to the house. 92 yards on the punt return to make it 31-16.
Boy, he shot right through the initial wave of Alabama defenders. It was just him and the kicker. He made him miss, and he was gone.
Georgia to try the point after attempt. Official standing over the ball for the moment. But Blair Walsh on the field, ready to kick it to make it 31-17. The snap, the hold, the kick, they're all good. It's 31-17. That mountain just got a little bit shorter as the Dogs get a little bit closer to the top. Still 2 touchdowns down, but the whole 4th quarter to go. 31-17, Alabama leads Georgia. Let's pause now. Station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
That's what we needed, boys.
92 yards on the punt return by Prince Miller, the 5'8" speedster from Duncan, South Carolina. 92 yards. Man, we've been sitting here hoping something like that could break it open, and it finally has, and we still got the whole 4th quarter to go.
Well, Scott, we knew to get back in the game, we either had to have a defensive touchdown or we had to have a special teams touchdown. We just got the special teams touchdown. The entire 4th quarter, 14 points. You can absolutely overcome that. We've got the crowd into the game. We've got energy on the entire sideline right now, bouncing up and down, dancing. We can win this football game, but we got to keep playing the kind of football we did there in the 3rd quarter. That defensive line, that push has got to stay there.
All right, the Dogs kicking from right to left. Kicking team milling around, huddling. Now they break out as Walsh puts his foot into it. He booms one, end over end. Going to be taken on the 5-yard line. Straight ahead, Alabama to the 20, to the 25, looking for running room. 30, and a pile up at the 34-yard line. Alabama will start there. Let's see if the defense is going to be energized after that, as Arenas made the return for Alabama, and they spot the ball at the 34.
That third quarter, we saw a whole lot more aggressive play calling, a lot more blitzing, a lot more stunts up front. I want to see if we continue that now that we're back into this football game, and we're going to keep doing what we did to get into it.
That Prince Miller punt return of 92 yards, the second longest in Georgia history. 14-33. There's Irvin on the tackle and forcing that ball to come out, but the official said he was down. Upchurch was down at the 15-yard line. That brings up 4th down and 5 for the Tide, and they'll try a Lee Tiffin field goal of what looks to be about 32 yards here. P.J. Fitzgerald is the holder. He'll kneel down on the 22, and Tiffin for a 32-yard attempt between the hashes. They're close to the left hash. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is good. 32-yard field goal makes it a 3-score game now for Alabama. They lead by 17. 34-17 is our score. Tied out front. 9:45 to go in the ball game. Timeout here at Sanford Stadium. Let's pause for these words now on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. Conversion, so maybe that's the silver lining. We're 100% on 4th down.
We are. Boy, we need one right now, and it's going to be 18 yards to go get it.
Well, let's see if they can do it. They'll stick 3 men out to the right. Green, Harris, and Moore, and Massaquoi to the left side. Caleb King remains the lone setback. Stafford in the shotgun. 4th and 18 from the 44-yard line of Alabama. Stafford in the pocket, steps up and throws. A sliding catch is caught at the 24-yard line by Green. A little hesitancy by the officials. There's a flag back on the 47. The catch would have given Georgia a 1st down. Let's check the flag.
Holding, number 61, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 4th down.
Oh, man, now it's going to be 4th and 28. Wipe out the 1st down catch. Another penalty by the Dogs. Penalty number, what are we looking at, 9? Is that the 9th or the 10th penalty?
That's number 9 there. That's a 3-man line.
Ball back on the Georgia 47-yard line. We got to go to the Alabama 25 to keep this possession alive. And now you look at a situation where Georgia doesn't convert here, then Alabama, if it's a pass and they knock it down, they'll have great field position. Snap it to the Stafford in the shotgun. Stafford flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right. Still looking downfield. He'll throw on the run, and it is incomplete at the 18-yard line. We had a man coming back trying to catch it. That was Kenneth Harris, who tried to come back to the ball, but the ball short-hopped him at the 18 or 19, and it is incomplete. The Dogs fail to convert on 4th down, so that means Alabama will have the ball at the Georgia 47.
Yeah, just like you said, really good field position here. You know, you go back and you take a look at, again, the number of penalties that we had in critical situations that, eliminate 1st downs for us or give Alabama 1st downs. It's just the small things that are keeping us out of being a really, really good football team.
Alabama with the ball, 1st and 10 from the Dogs' 47-yard line. Coffey is the lone setback. He'll get it, follow a block, jump across the pile at the Georgia 44-yard line. That's where he's brought down. He jumped across the 45 and came down at the 44. Houston and D'Angelo Tyson making the stop. Justin Houston, a redshirt freshman from Statesboro, and D'Angelo Tyson also from Statesboro. He is a true freshman. A gain of about 3 for Glenn Coffey. Alabama just, they had such a large cushion. They had a lot to play with here in the second half. Before that play, they only had 61 total yards in the second half, but they lead by 17. 2nd down and 7 for Alabama from the Dogs' 44. 2 men to the left, and Wilson under center. Going to give it to Coffey again, straight ahead. Tries to bully his way up for some positive yardage. Now the pile is pushed back. They will spot the ball around the 42-yard line, so maybe a 1-yard gain as Dent and Curran crowd in there to make the stop on Coffey. And we'll get Irvin and Atkins back into the ball game, and the interior defensive lineman now for this play.
Performance by our the Georgia defense here in the second half, much better push up the middle with the defensive line. But like you said, Scott, maybe just too little too late because of that huge cushion Alabama was able to put on the board.
Dogs break 3 men out to the left. 3rd and 5 for Alabama from the Georgia 43. Play action fake. Wilson in the pocket. Here comes the rush. Dump it off to Upchurch on the far side. He makes a tackler fall down. Now he's got running room. 1st down and more. 30, 25, 20, and knocked down around the 14-yard line. Brian Evans finally knocked him down. Roy Upchurch put a move on somebody on the far side of the field, the junior from Tallahassee. It was on Akeem Dent. Dent had an opportunity to bring him down on 3rd down and set up a 4th down situation, but Upchurch gave him a juke, and Akeem Dent lost his balance, and Rennie Curran came flying over the top, and neither one able to make the tackle. Instead, Upchurch all the way down to the Georgia 13-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 Bama with 5:15 to go.
Well, we had them all wrapped up with really no place to go, and then Dent just slipped. I don't think it was the move that put him down. I think it was just him slipping.
Coffey gets it straight ahead on the give, and maybe a yard or two. Well, Coffey might be sore tomorrow. Every run of his is about 2 yards and runs into a lot of black shirts. Jeremy Lomax making the stop that time for Georgia. It's 2nd down, 8 yards to go from the Dogs' 12. Well, next week is an off week for Georgia, and then 2 weeks right here at Sanford Stadium. Tennessee comes to town. Coffey, 21 of 73, 21 carries, 73 yards tonight. That's a lot of hard running for Glenn Coffey. He's the lone setback. Wilson under center. 5-man front for Georgia. 2nd down, Alabama on the Dogs' 12. Coffey avoids a tackle in the backfield to the 5, down to the 4, the 3, and let's see where they spot it.
Hey, touchdown.
He spun his way into the end zone. I thought they were going to call him down around the 1, but Coffey with a burst that time finds the end zone again with 4:13 to play, and Alabama puts 40 on the Dogs. 40-17 right now. Here comes the point after. They're going to review the play and see if he did indeed get into the end zone. And that'll give us an opportunity to grab a quick 30-second SEC timeout right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Still going to be in very good shape. There's going to be, very few, if any, SEC teams that run the table.
And 2 that, might have been expected to do so today have gone down in defeat on their home fields. Richard Samuel back deep to take the kick this time for Georgia with 4:13 to go. And the kick going to be taken by Samuel on the 19. Straight ahead to the 20, to the 30. Samuel breaks a tackle, spins from the 40. Samuel still on his feet across midfield and into Alabama territory at the tied 39-yard line, it would appear. And Samuel, just like Noshawn Marino, quick off the turf and hustling back to the sideline in a hurry. So the Dogs will have the ball as the official moves it back to the Alabama 40, but a very nice return from the 19 to the Alabama 40, so about a 41-yard kick return for the freshman Richard Samuel.
Boy, and just running over people too. Not a whole lot of juking moves in that run. It was right over people.
4:04 to play in the ball game. Dogs down by a bunch. Stafford will throw it, and it is dropped by Massaquoi, but he had a man stripping him. Marquise Johnson was trying to strip the ball out as Massaquoi was trying to catch it at the 35-yard line on a quick slant, and it is incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now. Clock stopped with 3:59 to play.
You take a look at this Alabama football team and the kind of numbers they put up. Last week they put up 49. This week they put up 41. Previous week they put up 40-plus points. Really looking to be a very, very good football team.
Handoff goes to King. Right side, tries to get the corner, turns upfield, and will be brought down at the 30, maybe the 36-yard line. So it might be a gain of about 4 on the play as the tied with Fannie and Dederick and Johnson making the stop on Caleb King. We haven't seen Noshawn Marino a whole lot here in the 4th quarter.
And Noshawn on the day only ran the ball 9 times so far for 34 yards.
And I see Dannell Ellerby with a brace on his left leg on the sidelines as Stafford throws and almost intercepted by Alabama. Boy, that was close on the near sideline by Kareem Jackson. right in front of A.J. Green, who was the intended receiver at the Bama 30-yard line, and Jackson nearly had a pick six.
Yeah, he nearly did it. If he catches this, there's nobody in his way that's going to even come close to stopping him.
A lot of folks are having a tough time catching a Stafford pass tonight. 3:23 to go. 41-17. It's been all Alabama. They led at 31-0. And Georgia scored 17 straight. But Alabama put a little icing on the cake just moments ago. Shotgun snap to Stafford from the Alabama 35 on 4th down. We throw it on the run, and it is caught at the 25 as Georgia's Kenneth Harris out of Cherryville, North Carolina, the senior, brings it in to keep the drive alive. The Dogs pick up a 1st down and move the sticks. Rashad Johnson, the safety, making the stop. They move the ball up a little bit more down to the Alabama 24, between the 23 and the 24-yard line. Clock at 3:12. Georgia's offense on the move from right to left. Stafford, quick snap, pump fake to the right. Will throw it down the middle. Caught by Michael Moore, and touchdown. Moore caught it on his back shoulder at the 1 and scored going in straight down the middle.
Boy, just another rocket thrown by Matthew Stafford. That ball gets there so fast. Matthew Stafford looking off to the receiver outside, coming back to his receiver, coming over the middle, just on a little post route in the middle, and just zips the ball in there.
And looks like the Dogs will go for 2 here. 41-23 is the score with 3 minutes to go. As Matthew Stafford with that touchdown pass. He does have 1 pick tonight. That's his only interception this season, but that touchdown pass now his 6th on the year. Go for 2 right here. Stafford on the near hash in the shotgun. 3 receivers right and 2 left. Stafford with the ball, guns it over the middle, trying to go to Harris in the middle under the goalpost. Too high, incomplete, and the conversion attempt is no good. It's 41-23, Alabama leading Georgia. 3 minutes to go in the game. We'll take an SEC 60-second timeout right now on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Welcome to the AJC Home Finder Neighborhood Tour. You'll be seeing a lot of homes, so sit back, relax, enjoy the ride.
When searching for a home around Atlanta, the AJC Home Finder's like having your own personal guide, online and in the newspaper.
Entering lovely Ackworth, folks on the left will get a great look at a 6-bedroom, 4.5-bath McMansion. Drive-through window not included. Seriously, near great schools, parks, and great burger joints. You know, AJC Home Finder is your best local resource for finding the right neighborhood. On the right, a Virginia Highlands bungalow, 2,300 square feet. Just a few feet from great eateries, shops, nightlife, and the hip in-towners. Wear your dark shades, folks. Hey, AJC Home Finder knows Atlanta like no other. Do a search and get information about commute times, property values, and more. Woo, 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 woo. Blue light special. Up on the left, a cool midtown loft. Top floor, low price.
Visit AJCHomefinder.com or look for the AJC Home Finder every Sunday in the AJC, where Atlanta finds a home.
It's a must-see.
First touchdown catch of the year for Michael Moore. Dogs go 40 yards after the fine kickoff return by Richard Samuel. Jamie Lindley with the onside kick attempt right here, and Georgia may have the ball as the Dogs try the onside kick, and the Dogs do have the ball. A little bit of life left as Georgia's C.J. Bird recovered the onside kick performed by Jamie Lindley, the freshman walk-on kicker. And 2:56 to go, and the Dogs get the ball back, down 41-23.
And the one group that's going to grade out as an A this week is the special teams unit. Big punt return.
Nick Walker tried to reel it in for Alabama, Z, as we look at the replay, but unable to hang on to it. And C.J. Bird came up with the onside kick, so the Dogs get it back, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Stafford back in there quickly in the shotgun. Pump fakes. Now he tries to run out of the pocket. He's got some room. 45-50, slides in Alabama territory down to the 48-yard line. Quickly up and reset the offense. Close to a 1st down. Now the referee will stop the clock, and they may look at it to measure.
You know, a big punt return, big onside kick. You know, we did struggle some with actually punting the football tonight. Not the best night that we've had, but a few shining stars there.
10-yard gain for Stafford as they stretch the change to measure his run, and it is a first down at the Alabama 48-yard line. We're down 18 points. I don't know if there's 18 points in the bag with 2:43 to go. And Neil tells me that Chris Davis has been out most of, if not all of, this second half as well. So the Dogs have lost some players tonight. Some to injury and maybe for other reasons as well. Stafford in the shotgun. Runs up into the pocket. Now he fakes and he'll run it and he'll go down. This time he won't slide. He'll be tackled at the Alabama 37-yard line. Stopped right there after a gain of 10 and another first down. Stafford using his feet to keep the sticks moving this time. Clock stopped at 2:26.
And Alabama will gladly give that up on every play, dropping 8 people back into coverage. And as soon as you get through the line of scrimmage there, everybody is 10, 15 yards back.
4-man rush for the Tide. Stafford rolls to the right, dumps the pass over the line of scrimmage to Caleb King. It is complete at the 33. A gain of 4 on that play, and he is tackled right there. They bring it back a little bit, and Georgia calls its last time out of the ball game with 2:06 to go, and Alabama up 41-23. We'll take a time as well. Quick 30-second SEC break on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
The ServPro franchise system knows disasters come in all sizes, and no matter how big or small your water damage is, the trained technicians at ServPro are faster to any size disaster. ServPro franchise professionals are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with specialized equipment and personnel. That's 1-800-ServPro or visit servpro.com. The ServPro franchise system is faster to any size disaster to help make your water damage like it never even happened. ServPro franchises are independently owned and operated.
And if you can't find a ticket for Georgia, Tennessee in 2 weeks, how about a free pair? Register today by visiting freebulldogtickets.com. Georgia, second down and 7 to go. 2:06 to play. 41-23 your score. Alabama out front. They've led all night. Stafford will throw from the pocket, and a beautiful breakup by Alabama at the 10-yard line. Intended receiver was Kenneth Harris, and the All-SEC free safety Rashad Johnson showed why he's all-conference right there as he broke up the pass at the 10-yard line. That was a nifty defensive play. Came over the left shoulder of Kenneth Harris to bat that pass into the turf. Incomplete. 3rd down and 7 now for the Dogs. A tick under 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Not a whole lot of places to throw the ball back there in that Alabama secondary. With him dropping 8, you just have to pick and choose and try to fit it in a couple of holes.
Stafford will throw from the shotgun, but whistles and flags prevail, and the play is blown dead. Let's see what the call is.
Before the snap, false start, number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
We might have reached double figures in penalties with that one.
That one does become number 10.
Is that the 10th one? Hey, that's near and dear to your heart.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 12 yards to go. Well, most of the stadium is thinned out except for the students. I guess they're just hoping downtown is open extra late tonight. And I guess it will be. Back on the 38-yard line of Alabama, Stafford will throw from the pocket, and the pass is caught by Harris over the middle at the 28. He runs to the far side of the field and is brought down at the 20. He was bumped making the catch, was able to hang on, and got a few yards after the catch all the way down to the 21-yard line.
Well, great job by Harris there, staying on his feet because he was bumped. It would have been so easy to go down, but kept his balance, got several more yards out of that. Really good, fine effort.
About a 21-yard gain on that catch by Kenneth Harris, the senior out of Cherryville, North Carolina. 1:43 to go. Dogs on the Bama 21. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He looks right. Now will throw it left. There's Green open. Makes the grab in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Boy, Stafford put it in the right spot, right between 2 white shirts. And A.J. Green reeled it in and scored again. It's 41-29. I wish we had about 11 minutes left.
Well, he is such a big target to throw to. Did a great job of pushing that route vertical to give Matthew a little bit of room there on the sideline to throw it. Nicely done.
Second touchdown pass of the night for Stafford. Here's the point after by Blair Walsh. And that kick is right through the pipes. Good, and it's 41-30. 1:35 to go. Here comes another onside kick when we come back after a 60-second SEC break on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. All right, we'll see if we can get a repeat performance from Jamie Lindley, who successfully made an onside kick earlier with C.J. Bird recovering, and he's out there again, and here it comes. He taps it high, a little blooper, this time over the Alabama kick return team, and there's a scramble for the football. They go sliding out of bounds back on the Alabama 29-yard line on the Georgia sideline. And let's check it and see who recovered it. It may have been Rashad Johnson for Alabama, and that's the case, and it'll be Alabama football on their own 29-yard line. And just 1:35 to go. Georgia fans, basketball season is upon us. Season tickets for the defending SEC tournament champion Georgia men's team are on sale now, $255 for the package. You can call 877-542-1231 or log on to GeorgiaDogs.com for Georgia basketball season tickets. As Alabama snaps it on 1st and 10, Wilson takes the knee, and the clock will begin to tick at 1:20, and it continues to tick down towards 000.
Yeah, no way for Georgia to stop the clock here. Really a day that, boy, at the start of it seemed so promising and so full of excitement, and just right off the bat there in the first quarter, all the wind got taken out of the sails of this crowd and of this team, and they fought their way back, or tried to, but too little too late.
Wilson under center in the victory formation for the Crimson Tide, takes another knee, flips the ball to the official. We've got 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Yeah, everything that could go wrong did go wrong in that first half for Georgia. All right, turnovers and penalties and poor punting, and just everything just was completely askew for the Dogs in that first 30 minutes.
Well, all the things that we said we wanted to do, we didn't do. We lost the battle of the ground game. They had 132 yards rushing. We had 50 on the day. They took our crowd right out of the game. They won the battle there in the first quarter, and took the emotion out of the team, and we were shell-shocked. And before you know it, we were in the locker room at halftime down by 31 points.
John Parker Wilson kneels down for the final time. Mark Richt and Nick Saban meet at the middle of the field. Coach Mark Richt with an embrace and says something to Nick Saban, and he shakes hands, and Alabama's the winner tonight. Final score, Crimson Tide 41 and Georgia 30. The Bulldogs' winning streak has come to an end after 11 games, 11 straight victories, and they suffer their first loss of the season. The Dogs now 4-1, and they are 1-1 in the SEC. Alabama will certainly move up the ladder, and a great opportunity for the Crimson Tide to climb into the top 5 after all the top 10 losses this past week, Eric.
That's right. Well, you know, LSU is gonna move up or bump up a few notches. I think Alabama's probably going to be in the running for the top 5. You know, we're going to drop back. Florida's going to drop back. But listen, if we run the table for the rest of the year and win out, we're going to be right back at the top of the national rankings. The SEC is just too difficult. Look no further than LSU last year. We can still accomplish our first goal, and that's winning the SEC.
Got to go back to work now. An off week coming up for the Dogs. In 2 weeks, Tennessee back here between the hedges. Final score again tonight. Alabama wins it 41-30 over the Georgia Bulldogs. Coming up next, the AT&T Call of the Game here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Well, beyond the earth, beyond all things that gave us birth, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. If God is throwing dice and Einstein doesn't mind the chance, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Infinity runs deep, eternity that we can keep. We'll navigate
Quick throw. Mitchell makes the catch. He breaks away. 30, 25, 20. Veers inside. 10 breaks the tackle. 5 breaks another one.